Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back, and I wanted to come in around my mouth and talk about the mess. So last night, I had settled in, took my bra off. Okay, I'm just playing. I don't wear bras, but anytime you hear a woman say, "Girl, I never took my bra off," when you hear a woman say, or a man, non-binary, non-gender conforming, I'm not judging, but when you hear a person say they have already taken their bra off, baby, they done wrap their hair, or they done put their do-rag on for the night, they're not going back outside. They're not going back outside, and they're not doing nothing but sitting in the house. So last night, I put my do-rag on. Okay, I put my do-rag on. And this was probably around, this was late in the morning. This was probably around like 5. I'm up all night. And I was watching 911. And I just grabbed my phone and I got on Instagram and I saw that People had broken exclusive story. And it goes a little something like this. Aubrey ODay will not testify at Sean Diddy Combs' trial, was never subpoenaed. And they broke this story at 12:56 a.m. And I was about to get out of my bed and come in here and talk about it. And I was like, it's too early in the morning or too late in the morning. We'll just do it when you get up. So, anyways, former Danity Kane singer Aubrey ODay will not take the stand in the high-profile federal trial of Sean Diddy Combs. She told TJ Holmes and Amy Robach in the premiere episode of a new podcast about the trial. Girl, I'm not hating on TJ because TJ because TJ he's a looker. And I'm not hating on Amy. But Aubrey, why are you down to TJ and Amy's? I mean, they just told us that. They just told us, but like out of I don't know. It's just we. It was weird when I read this last night. I was like, out of everybody, she just decided to break this news down to TJ Holmes and Amy Robach's podcast. Okay, whatever. The 41-year-old artist who rose to fame on MTV's Making the Band under Diddy's guidance had made a May 14th Instagram post that some believe hinted at a possible court appearance at Diddy's trial. She posted a video from New York City with the caption, "Hey New York, where y'all think I should head first?" She added a weighing scale emoji commonly associated with justice. Girl, Aubrey. All I'm saying is this. Aubrey, you probably knew right then and there that you were not going to have to testify. Or maybe they may call her later on. I mean, they say the trial is scheduled to last for 2 months. So maybe I guess you just never know. But as of right now, it's no. But you knew when you made this post that you were not going to testify. And the fact that you're kind of like playing in playing in our faces, it's kind of like, girl, sit down somewhere. Like, despite the post and earlier reports that she had been subpoenaed, people can confirm ODay will not testify, as she was not subpoenaed by the prosecution or the defense. In the premiere episode of iHeartRadio's Amy Robach and TJ Holmes present Aubrey ODay covering the Diddy trial, ODay told Holmes, "No, I'm not here to testify for the Diddy trial that I know of." Again, she could be called on. She could be called on next week or the week after next, but as of right now, it's a no. She went on to claim that she was contacted by Homeland Security and did have a meeting with Homeland Security. "I posted on my Instagram that I was here in New York enjoying myself because I wanted to make it clear to everyone that I'm not here testifying," ODay said. Girl, stop playing, girl. Then why would you put the... Okay. People reached out to Homeland Security but has not heard back. Combs, 55, has pleaded not guilty to multiple federal charges, including racketeering and sex trafficking. He was arrested in September 2024 and is currently being held without bail at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn. If convicted, he faces a potential life sentence. And then y'all already know they talked about Cassie and all that stuff, right? I mean, at this point, again, it is what it is. Aubrey is not testifying as of today. Things can change. She met up with Homeland Security. Um, I I don't know how to say this without making it sound messy because this trial is not, it shouldn't. I don't know how to. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it, girl. It would be. I don't want to say it because it's gonna sound like I'm like it's gonna sound insensitive to the trial. Girl, it would be. I would want to hear what Aubrey has to say. I can say it that way. I would want to hear what Aubrey has to say. I would want to hear once she takes a stand, and they start to ask her these whatever questions they would ask her. I would want to hear what she has to say. Yes, it will be interesting. But shout out to Aubrey. All right, y'all, let's move on. Aubrey won't be at the trial, but as of today, inmate 973-66795, Chris Brown. And see, this is why you should mind your business. Because we talked about some of this the other night. Chris Brown, basically, long story short, Chris Brown came out and posted free Tory to his Instagram page. He posted free Tory. Tory Lanez for the people who may not know who I'm talking about. He posted free Tory. And less than probably a day later, a day or two later, girl, he heard a door slamming in his face. Because he was then arrested across the water. Now, this is just a small update. So basically, he was arrested because there was an incident that allegedly happened back in 2023 where he knocked somebody upside the head allegedly with a tequila bottle. Girl. I'm going to go ahead and say it. As much as we, I don't fight, I don't argue. I just hit that. They used to be our song back in the day. But in real life, if you hit somebody up, and I'm about to say something, some of y'all probably not already did this, but if you hit somebody upside the head with a tequila liquor bottle, a liquor bottle, girl, you should go to jail. Because at that point, girl, you are pretty much trying to unalive someone. A, a liquor bottle. Do y'all know how thick liquor bottles are? For the girls who don't drink, you might not know, but the girls who drink know how thick these bottles can be. Girl, you could take somebody out. Girl, you can send somebody to glory if you tap them the right way with a liquor bottle. Yeah. Mm, 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 mm. This is according to NBCnews.com. UK court orders Chris Brown will remain in custody until June the 13th over alleged 2023 assault, baby. Mm, 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 mm. The singer could face up to 16 years in prison if convicted and will remain in custody until at least June the 13th. So singer and rapper Chris Brown was ordered to remain in custody until his next court appearance in June during a UK court appearance Friday in connection with the 2023 nightclub incident. Mm. Brown was charged with causing grievous bodily harm with intent following an investigation by the Metropolitan Police of London. He faces a jail term of between 2 and 16 years if convicted.
And so clank clank, clank clank.
He appeared at Manchester Magistrates Court, and his case will next be heard at South Wark Crown Court in London on June the 13th, which has been the scene of various high-profile legal cases in recent years. He is scheduled to perform in Manchester on June the 15th and 16th. And the other night when we were live, I was like, girl, why is he even over there? And then somebody said that maybe he may be on tour. We're here. Girl. So he's on tour, or the tour is about to start. They say he should be making his way, well, if he get out. Over here, I think the U.S. part of his tour starts in July. But nonetheless, the simple fact that Chris Brown, like I said the other night, the simple fact that Chris Brown, do you know how detached from reality you have to be to go back to the scene of the crime? To go back to a place where you know they say that you allegedly knocked somebody in the skull, hit somebody with a tequila bottle. A tequila bottle. Girl, like I said, not a 20-ounce plastic Pepsi bottle. Girl, a tequila bottle. Casamigos, Don Julio Actafulio bottle. And then you just go back over there. Girl, like, do you know how low-key psychotic you have to be? You were doing okay, Chris. You done tapped somebody, got away with another crime. Oh, okay. Girl, then you get on the plane and go right back over there. You're stupid. That's the only way to describe it. You're stupid. I'm not saying I want Chris to get off, but what I'm saying is, girl, it makes no sense. You was out, girl, clearly, girl, you was in the clear until you went back over there. The article goes on to say, and I skipped over some parts, but I'll put the link to the article in the description box if you want to read it in its entirety. But the article goes on to say NBC News has reached out to Brown's reps for comment. Brown has a history of legal problems stretching back more than a decade. Girl, of course, they mentioned Rihanna. In 2009, he was arrested for assaulting his ex girlfriend, singer Rihanna, and pleaded guilty to felony assault that same year. In January 2013, Brown allegedly got into an altercation with singer Frank Ocean, in which he punched and threatened to shoot him, TMZ reported at the time. In 2017, Brown's ex girlfriend, model Karrueche Tran, was granted a 5-year restraining order against him. In 2022, he was accused of drugging and R-ing a woman on a yacht in 2020 in a lawsuit filed in Los Angeles County Court. That case was later dismissed for lack of prosecution after no one for either side showed up for a scheduled hearing, NBC Palm Springs reported. Girl, it is what it is. It's going to be what it's going to be. All right, y'all, let's move on.
Nigga, don't type me nothing else. Don't write me nothing else. Download JPay since y'all niggas got so much to say. Or schedule a conjugal visit or something.
Okay, so this is according to the Neighborhood Talk. Simon Guobadia is reportedly still in ICE custody. Will potentially be taken to divorce court by the feds. The deportation issue isn't handled by his and Porsha's court date. Neighbors get into this. According to In Touch Weekly, Portia's estranged husband, Simon Guobadia, is reportedly still in ICE custody and is still waiting to learn his fate of being deported back to his home country or not. Because of his detainment, Simon may have to let the feds escort him to divorce court to handle his matters with Porsha. A judge recently set a date for a hearing involving Porsha's plea for her and Simon's prenuptial agreement to finally be enforced following her filing for divorce. The hearing was originally supposed to be held on April the 30th, but Simon's lawyers requested it be pushed back due to him still being under ICE detainment. His lawyer urged the courts to allow a few weeks' time so they can handle the deportation matter first, then focus on the divorce proceedings. The judge ultimately agreed to their request, so their next court date is June the 11th. Girl. The judge also ordered Simon's lawyers to draft a proposed protection order that would allow ICE agents to physically bring Simon to the divorce hearings if he is still in their custody at the time of the court date. If Simon is out of their custody but not able to make it to the hearing due to him possibly being deported, Simon is required to tell the court in advance so he can attend the hearing remotely. A source close to Simon told In Touch that Simon thought he would be released from ICE detention. I know you did, girl. A source close to Simon told In Touch that Simon thought he would be released from ICE detention center a few weeks ago, but unfortunately, he still remains in their custody. Girl, that white man said, girl, he said, y'all are illegals. Ain't that what he called him? I don't know if that's what he called him, but he said y'all is gone, baby. Woo! ICE is not playing with Simon Child. He's been in their custody since February. Thoughts, neighbors? Girl, this is a mess. That's my thoughts. Simon thought he was getting out. Simon said y'all got the wrong person. You know he's a scammer, so Simon gonna fuck around and say, "Girl, my real name is actually, girl, my real name is actually Paul Njawaka." Okay. Hmm. Mm-mm. Anyways, y'all, I'm about to go to the mall because I need to go see if they have something, and then I want to go live tonight. I might go live tonight because it's kind of early, and I have enough time to do what I need to do. Girl, I only got like a few hours of sleep. It's so crazy because like my sleep is like I go to sleep late, but then even if I get like 3 or 4 hours of sleep, if I wake up and I'm not sleepy, I just get up. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like I'm not sleepy. It's like, yeah, I don't know, girl. We're going to get it together, though. Anyways, I'm going. I'll talk to y'all later. Have a good day. Bye, y'all.